Some more good tunes off the Epidemic Sound playlist. And yeah. So this would be kind of a fun one to start the second game of today's Christmas variety show. For this particular one, and part of the reason that I really wanted to do this was because No Man's Sky, be it, is a great game. It's a lot of fun to play and very easy to get into. And once you kind of learn the basic mechanics of how the universe works, it is a fun game to go around and explore. But it is huge. It is so big. And just like I said, exploring just one planet, you could probably spend the next 10 years doing that on one of those planets if you were so inclined. But for the next game that I wanted to play around with here, we're going to take a look at another one of my favorites, Astroneer. And this particular game, let's bounce on over. Let's make sure. There it is. Okay, make sure it was working there. There we go. For this particular game, it's sort of like sort of like what you saw going on there in No Man's Sky, except for it's on a much smaller scale, and it's not quite as dire a situation as dying and then having to start all over again with that. But this particular thing that is fun about this game is it takes place in a single solar system, and you start off on a planet and kind of build up research. You take that research and learn schematics, and eventually you can learn how to build a rocket. and then be able to move. Transplanetary movement, going back and forth between the different planets. Each planet has its own resources, and some planets have a resource that others don't. So it's a lot of fun, and a very, like I said, to me, it's a much more chill game than like many of the other survival space games. Yes, you can die. And when you do, you basically like lose everything that's on you, but you have to, you can always go back and get it later on. But again, that's kind of a pain and not always a lot of fun to do. So we're going to take a look at this, and I've got kind of some fun things that we can take a look at from this year. That's kind of new. And what we'll actually do is we'll get started here with, we're going to create a duplicate of this previous save. There we go. Yep. Go ahead, make a duplicate. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm going to put the name in. We're going to call this one, oops. HC Xmas. There we go. This will be the one that we can come back to. Oh, actually, you know what? Gonna confirm it. There it goes. Okay. You know what? Let's rename it real quick. Xmas. Oh, I guess it's just automatically caps. Xmas. There we go. We'll come back and take a look at it next year. I'll give it a second to save it. And so basically this just takes the previous one that I had set up here, makes a copy of it, and we can load in and mess around with that however we want. And always go back to the original. Oh, also another thing too, since we stopped and restarted the stream, if you're watching, might help get you caught up, or at least a little closer in time with what's going on by refreshing. You may need to refresh your browser or come back to the page again. Sometimes it's goofy when you do it real fast like that. But I kind of wanted, like I said, I wanted to kind of break it up and have a bunch of streams that you can watch and not have to sit down and watch one 10-hour one. So we'll give this a second. There it goes. Again, way to go, computer. Okay, let's cue this down a tiny bit. Let's get into the game music. It's the game environment. There it is. I need to turn it up because I'm pretty sure I had it turned down for the other one. But I do like the music in this. And like I said, I don't know. There's just so many things that touch just the right button for me. Graphics. Oh, there it is. I can kind of hear it. Let's turn it up a tiny bit here. There we go. Oh, that's the other thing. Yeah, let's turn the ambient down a tiny bit. Yeah, okay. That should work. Okay. Now, I had kind of set this guy up so that we could basically do the Christmas stuff. So there he is. He's a little gingerbread man. No, robot gingerbread man. This is the least creepy of the gingerbread man options as far as the character was concerned. And just kind of give you an idea. Here's the other outfits. Using the gingerbread texture. As you can kind of see, a little weird. Okay. That one's not too bad. That one's okay. Just the face looks real weird. And that one's not too bad either. This one's kind of neat. I do like the retro suit one. It does kind of... Always kind of like the retro suit. Let's see if we can get a little bit... Oh, I know. Ugh. Hold on. Let's go over here. There it is. We got a spotlight right here. You'll be able to see him a little bit better, I think. Right, can't really stand right there. Okay, that'll work. That should be good. Yeah, okay, so there's this one, and then there's this, which the exotic suit is just, that is nightmare fuel as far as I'm concerned. Little faces everywhere on it. Yeah, it's a little weird. The galactic suit, that's kind of cute, but the hat that I'm using is, I'd have to switch out the head thing. There's the terrain suit, doesn't look too bad, it's a little weird, like he's wearing lederhosen, which, you know, I guess that's kind of a Christmas thing. Tundra suit's just odd, because it kind of jams the face in there like that. Arid suit, that's not too bad. Radiated one, obviously, it covers him up and he looks a little weird there. The Wanderer suit is just odd. I mean, that one is just weird looking. Like, I don't know, kind of odd choice in the way they did that. Swift suit looks okay. But yeah, like I said, this one is probably the least creepy one. This one's a little odd. But I think this was originally what they'd kind of sold it with as the package. Is this a vintage suit? Might have been it. But, yeah. The hypersuit just, no, doesn't really work. The lab one didn't look too bad, but the face also looks kind of small. And then the conductor one, actually, probably also another one. Some of them, like the lab suit, the conductor suit, those are ones that you can only get by being part of one of their events that they have. Excuse me. This particular, going on right now is Project Cheer. And the way that Project Cheer works is that you have to have one of these request platforms. You'd actually have to build it. And then you collect some of the items out in the world. Okay, and yeah, this is the base. If you haven't seen it before, this is the Forestall base. Where is? I think I've got. Here we go. I guess it isn't where it was. Where is the VTOL? Okay, there's one. This is a project that I've been working on for years. And I'm not kidding, just years. Get in, play for a couple hours here and there. We did a bunch of streams, but a lot of it was just kind of working on getting the stuff put together for this. And just playing around with it. Something new comes into the game, I'd always use this. This is one of the first saves that I ever had back when I started playing in 2016, when it was in pre-release. And I think it came out in 2018, if I remember correctly. But yeah, early days, it was rough. But yeah, I've been kind of working with this base ever since. A long time ago, I took and basically completely topsoil, or put like basically flat top base on it there. Up in the top right hand side, there's the launch pad complex that has 3 rockets on it, 3 of the large rockets. There's also another one over here, and then this one here there I keep the small personal shuttle type thing. So do I need that many? No. But the nice thing is that with Astroneer you can always play multiple people, so you can have up to 4 people playing on one person's save. So if I did have friends that wanted to join and come and hang out, they can have their own rocket ships. Lots of other kind of neat things as far as how this works. But what I wanted to kind of show you here... Oh, that's right. Yeah, that was something about this. Let's, now I think of it, we have to take a moment. Because in order to do the holiday stuff, you actually have to be logged in. I have to be logged in on Steam since this is tied to my Steam account. I assume it's the same thing with any of the platforms that Astroneer is on, which I think it's on just about every one. It's also like No Man's Sky, where I think the Twitch version of it came out this year. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take a real quick second, and we'll pop on over to kind of this one. here we go. This is kind of a cool. We did a bunch of pictures, or picked out a bunch of pictures here for. Streams there right now, but on Saturdays, El Roboto Gaming plays usually one of his favorite games that he's working on, Fortnite, Slime Rancher, a couple of other ones he's been doing and having some fun with. And you can catch him at 7 p.m. on Saturdays. And then following him, usually around 9 p.m. Eastern, you can catch the Dagger Bazaar with Mr. Bazag. Where he does odd games. It's always fun to watch, and it's always kind of stuff that for me is like, oh yeah, that looks like a cool game, but I just would never get into it, or would get frustrated maybe by it. But he always plays those and has a lot of fun with them, so it's always fun to watch. You can find those over on Trek Radio Official, and then of course, as I had mentioned earlier, there's the show tonight. That I'll be doing at 10 p.m. Eastern, which is over on trekradio.net. And that will be Christmas at Green Acres, a selection of Christmas music from the other side of the temporal rift. 10 p.m. EST. It's gonna be good. It's basically like the music that was kind of Christmas night at a place once known as Green Acres, where I grew up. So usually, kind of chill, sitting back by the fire, just relaxing. And we'll be doing that, like I said, at 10 p.m. Always a lot of fun. All right, let's get back into the game now. Getting that set up, so that should mean we're logged in. Let's jump on and see if we can... Hey. Why are you tethered? Oh, that's working. We got our creatures on us and they're fed. Okay. It's just being weird. Okay. Yep. Okay, good. So there is something here. Let's just do this though. Let's have a little bit of fun. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some of the Project Cheer stuff and basically kind of what the concept of it is. I've already completed it. You can take a look at my VODs over on my YouTube channel, and you'll see the one that we did earlier this year, which was this Project Cheer, which is kind of a side project. You will actually find it if you look in your which button? You? Oh. 1 second, let me see if I can remember which one it is. Compass, research catalog. No, that's not it. Oh, I know. Darn it. Put that down. Yeah, you'd have to go to one of your terminals, which is like any launch pad has a terminal on it. The mission log, that's it. And then in here, yeah, here we go. Special event Project Cheer. I've actually, like I said, I completed it, and once you complete it, then it's it basically you continue on playing it, which is what we're gonna do. But instead of gaining any new items, you basically start getting research, which, like I had mentioned earlier, is how you purchase the schematics for building things. But yeah, there's a bunch of different things you can get out of it. Let me real quick show you so you can see where Project Cheer can eventually get your saves. So yeah, that's the other reason that we're logged in, is because in order to receive these items, you have to have it tied to your account. But once you complete Project Cheer, you'll be able to use these different things whenever you want. One of the things that they gave us was a palette. So colors for our little guy here. And this one this year, I really like. It's this one here called Carbonated. And kind of looks like that. There we go. Put that on there. Yeah, that's, like I said, that's kind of a cool looking one. I like how it does all of this other stuff. Let's see, former or previous ones from the other years. Saw one of these up here, didn't I? Tinseltown. This was the one, I think, from last year. Where it kind of turns your guy all tinsely. And yeah, here's sugar coated. That's the one that I'm using there. This year it was also a hat, if I remember correctly. It's oh yeah, it's this one, the seasonal allure, which is a mistletoe on a little hangy robot arm. And the previous year's this festive bow, kind of cool, but it doesn't look great on this particular suit. It look better on yeah, this retro one. Yeah, I think that's more what it was actually made for, is one of those. What was the other one? Was it a mask? No, last year's was this pudding warmer, which is just a scarf. Must have been a visor then. This is one from another year, the bobblehead, which is really good looking on this. I guess not. What was it then? It wasn't a suit. I don't think. No. I remember there was one other thing that you got. Oh, it was an emote. That's what it was. It was well, the emotes in this are great. The problem is that you can only bind so many or equip so many of them. I was like, man, there's just some that are just great. Here it is, Shiver. Yeah, you could get this one too. I think that was the first thing you got was Shiver, and then the next one you got was the skin actually. Let's find the one that looked really good with the skin. Was it? What was this one? Let's put that one on. And there we go. That one. And then okay, I guess. I do like that hat. Looks good. Let's put the scarf on, why not? Alright. And let's go to outfits. And we'll save this one. These are, yeah, all the different kinds of outfits that I'd created. There's last year's. Also one of last year's. Is this year's? Oh, yeah, it is. That is the one I used. Okay. Yeah, I think the scarf is probably a better choice. Let's delete that one. Okay, and there's that one, and I do like the little robot-y one. That's pretty cool. There we go. That's one I was using to start with, but let's go with this one for now. We're gonna need that. Just that extra light. Be kind of useful for what I'm thinking about doing. Okay. How are we doing? All right. Heading over here because once again, it's something I showed off the last time. I've got the from the creature update when they added these little pet creatures in. Let's see, can I get highlighted here? No, I don't want that. There we go. There we go. We got these little creatures that you can go through and do like a it's a pretty long quest actually. Now that I think of it, it took me a couple hours. I don't think I've streamed that one. I was thinking about doing that one this year, coming up. Is taking a look at it, but how do I rotate it? Is it? There's a way to do that, because it wasn't facing the wrong direction. It's not gonna let me highlight it now. Okay, fine. Oh, that's why. Getting too close to this thing. There we go. Set it on the ground. That'll be easier way to do it. I guess I thought there was a... Maybe they changed that. Seems weird that they would. That's not it. That's not it. Oh, you know what? I'll bet you it's this. Because I'm sitting on the board. No, it's kind of weird. Uh-oh. There we go. Okay. I kind of glitched it there. No, it just... it might be because, you know... We have problems with the mouse, but whatever. You kind of get the idea. It's a little creature. This particular creature, what it does is that if I have it carried on my backpack and have it fed, it will produce light. Or no, I'm sorry, this isn't the light producer. This is the one that where is it? There it is. Carried on the backpack increases jump height, sprint speed, and reduces movement penalty for carrying heavy items. That's super important for what we're going to do. And then it tells me what its favorite foods are, which I already happen to know. That's this food right here. As long as you keep feeding it, it will keep doing whatever that special effect is. I have one on here for the speed and being able to pick up heavy things, and one on here for this is basically the only thing that it's basically invincible, makes you invincible. While carried in the backpack, prevents all forms of damage aside from suffocation. So it's really the only thing that can kill you in the game at that point, as long as this thing is fed. And then this last one is just for light. Illuminates an area as long as it's fed, which I really like that, especially for kind of what I was thinking about taking a look at doing here. Okay, so like I said, I have all this stuff here built up on the base. And one of the resources that you use, and I'll kind of show you here, one of the harder to get to, probably the hardest to get, because you really have to have a certain amount of technology in order to even be able to get the stuff. I mean, you can, but it'll take you a very long time without the technology, is this material right here, called Astroneer. So what Astroneer is that it's kind of like I said, it's the top tier of resources. And you can basically, it's one of the things that you can use in order to do this research project. Okay. Yeah, I've already done this. Okay, here we go. This shows you how much each one of the different things is worth that you can find out in the wild. And one of those things, get back here. One of those things is this right here. This is a little astro globy thing, which I can show you over here. Actually, I can show you right here. We'll grab this. There you go. There it is. Grab this and bring it over here. And on here, oh, it's this. Yeah, this printer. Okay, on here, these are the platforms. Turbines. All right, probably not it. Fairly sure it's this. No? Here we go. Okay, so the other option that you have is actually crafting those resources instead of trying to go out and salvage them out in the wild. You can actually craft them. So, but for that, you need scrap in order to do it. So you'll have to use a scrapping tool in order to break down things. Or you can just take these objects, package them up, and send those. These are the different things that I was showing you worth different values. This is it right here, the cosmic bauble. In order to craft this, you need scrap and astronium. And then, like I said, astronium is this. And it's worth 75 points, where like the first one is only worth 20, I think. I don't know, I have to take a look at it again, but it basically is like the higher level stuff, and allows you to get more points for each one of the items that you send. I forget I had this set up. Let's actually do a little setup here for that. Have it do this. You can actually see it being done. Put that there. One of these on there. One of these. There we go. Okay, and we need, grab this. We'll take this over to where that this large container of this stuff is, right here. And this is 400 units of astronium. And I'm gonna take and put that into one of these so it's easier to manage. There we go. It'll take a second to complete that. While it's doing that, the other thing that I needed was scrap. Oh, good, we do have some scrap. I'm kind of doing this in reverse order. I'm sort of showing you what the end result is, and kind of what you're working to and trying to accomplish. Okay, that should be plenty. You don't need a full container there. Take that off, put the scrap on, pull this off. That doesn't accidentally fill up. Turn this one on and dump scrap into this. I just love these little carts for doing this exact thing right here. After a while, you really need to start using these large containers. Or at least you don't need to, but it does make doing things quite a bit easier, so you're not always chasing after resources. You want to build a base on the moon, let's say. Alright, that'll be good for this. Put that right there. Okay, so the next part of this, I'm going to take these two things over here. And let's just replace what's here. Two empty ones. Another empty one. Okay. Good. So then we turn each one of these on. There we go. It'll load this up. And we'll set it to just go ahead and repeat it after it completes one. So now we'll start it. There we go. See, it's just crafting away. Let's move over here. I just love the whole printing in this game. Obviously, everything you see here is something that at some point I had to basically get the resources for and then print out. After a while, you really start harvesting resources, and it turns into, like I said, this. You can kind of see how I have this set up. I just go and I have all of the resources that you can basically gather in the game here in large containers, and then down underneath is smaller containers, which makes it easier for this crafting part of it. Alright. Oh, we used up all of the... Oh, we used up all of both of them. Wow, that was kind of crazy. Oh, well, I do have one extra, but then I did carry a couple extra over here. The Astroneer. Let's just have it vacuum up. Like 3 extra pieces. Oops. There we go. 3 extra pieces. Okay, well, that's fine. Put that there. Just put this back. Alright. Put this on over here. You can kind of see how this works. Show you a couple of different kind of things here about doing this. Let's move this to here. Move this right there. Turn it a little tiny bit. There we go. Alright, and then I'm going to go grab one of these. Whoop. One of these auto arms. This basically will allow you to basically have it do simple auto tasks, and in this case the auto task will be to pick up stuff from here and load it onto the rocket. That way I don't have to do it by hand. Normally what you kind of do is just take and place it up here, and there we go. There's one. If I take a look here, you can see that currently I have 75. Remember I said that these things were worth 75 apiece. The other ones, these are big. These are kind of big, so you can't send as many of this particular one, the 125. So it turns out this is probably one of the better ones to send. But yeah, the first level, low level things, those are worth 20 apiece. Okay, so we need this. I always forget which way this is. See? I think that's... yeah. Nope, that's the other way. That's the opposite of the way that I want you to do this. See? There we go. So now what it should do is pick them up from there and place them on the rocket. Like I said, it's great. No real need to have to do that. You can load it by hand, but it does allow you, give you time to go do something else. Take a look at something else. The sun's coming up. Solar panels are aligning. I love this. This is such a great little thing. Is it necessary? Hell no. No reason for it whatsoever other than just for fun. Okay, good. We'll turn this off. There we go. So it doesn't do something weird. You can kind of see here it's got all the cosmic baubles put on here in place. It'll be worth 600 when I send it, and then my goal is 2,500 for receiving the looks like I guess we get 500 bytes. You can see here I have just an outrageous amount of those. There we go. There it goes. My little rocket. There it goes. That's pretty great. Love the animation stuff. Some of the little things that they did in this game to just make it so worthwhile. Don't forget to hydrate, chat. If you need to, stand up, take a break. Doesn't do any good to just sit in front of the computer. Which is what I'm doing right now. Ugh. A little stretching. Ah, here we go. There it is. Okay, so the rocket comes back. And now when I take a look at it here, there we go. 1900 to go. Complete it. And like I said, the great thing about this is all I gotta really do here is just be here to turn this on. It'll take and load the next 600 while it's doing that. Show you this little thing. One of the things that I wanted to kind of show off this year for the Christmas event was the Rails update, which was, believe me, this really surprised me, that they added in this new system here where you can create a rail system. And the final result, when you complete the actual mission for it, which just basically walks you through all of the different ways to create and work with the rail placing tools and how all of the rail stuff works. It's a really good tutorial for that. And at the end of it, you end up getting this thing, coal, which is, it's not really any different than the one that you can craft. It's just a kind of a cool little thing as the completion for the mission. You only get one of them. So when I completed it, I ended up, I think you get it actually here if I remember correctly, but oh yeah. Oh wait, before we do that, let's be sure that's loaded now. Oh, why haven't you finished loading? Oh, probably too far away. Here, a little closer. Oop. There we go. Alright, let it continue to load that up. So there's 21 days left for this Project Cheer if you're thinking about doing this in the game. I do recommend it. I do like the little things. I mean, obviously they're just visual, items, but it's fine. Alright, let's speed this up a little bit here. Let's launch this. It's on its way. Well, it's on its way. We'll get the secondary one that I had built here. Get you there. Get you there. Yeah. So that loads that up. Yeah. Help it along too. Oops. No, that isn't helping. Didn't really help much, but okay. I'm helping. Alright, we'll launch this one. There we go. It'll load it back when it gets started. And what I wanted to show you here is obviously this rail thing. And basically what you can do is you can hook up to 5 other carts. Right? 5 other carts onto it. And obviously you can put, all your storage facilities and all that stuff onto it, which is so nice. Because definitely one of the things with Astroneer is there's a lot of cases you end up kind of getting into this pack mule thing. So it's really nice to be able to haul large quantities of stuff around as you get kind of further on it. But yeah, it just moves basically back and forth. You get taken place these sections right here. Wherever you place them, you'll kind of see when I go to do this. You can put it down. But yeah, I've kind of basically built this little rail line. And this is a little goofy. It does clip with the ceiling a lot. But yeah, basically you can build... Now I've got this one going down. Just get it to back it up. This one goes down to one of the harvesters I have underground. But you can just as easily build it all on ground or up on top if you want of any of the planets. So kind of a cool little thing. I really like that when they added it in. Let's see, did I make enough of these? Let's see. Not quite. Yeah, I think we'd have to do kind of crafting those. Yeah. Okay, well, you get the idea. You can kind of see how that works. Now, like I said, the other part of this, we'll need to head on off to another planet for. Let's get some food for our creatures so that we make sure that we're good and powered up when we're off on another world. Yeah, so this is kind of one of the things. As you learn what the creatures like, you can always take the seeds from that plant and then plant them on any world. And you can kind of see here what I did. These are one of the plants that the creatures like the most. And the most means that whatever the buff is that you're getting lasts for the longest period of time. So you can feed them crappy food, but the buffs don't last real long. And I seem to remember these are either 25 minutes or 45 minutes. It might be closer to 45. But I've already taken and harvested a bunch of those. We need one of these, and one of these. Okay. Purple goes to purple. Green. Oops. This green one here goes on there. And the last one goes up on the top. Okay, and you can kind of see how far charged they are if you look. Kind of see around the outside there. There's this kind of ring that's blue and black. Lets it slow. It'll be all blue when it's full. So that's about almost a third of it used up. We got plenty of time on those. All right, let's head to another planet here. I don't know what I'm taking. I think we'll have to actually look and see. I think that's the spot that we're at with this part of the thing. That over there. Oh, is that the... Oh, that's the Astronium. Let's not get that lost. Let's just put it right here with this one. Maybe we don't have an empty container just sitting around. That one empty? Oh, these are. Okay. Alright, let's grab one of these empty containers. Put it on this rocket here, and we'll leave another spot open. Oop. Grab the engines, there we go. The engine's over here. Alright, so this is the hydrazine in the engines. This one's a little bit used up. Let's top it off. First we'll dump it in, then we'll take it out. There we go, it's full. Hook that one up. I think that gives us 24 launches. Let's see, we'll put it on here. Once we do, then it'll tell us, yeah, 24 launches. So each time you go up into space, that's one. Alright, good, we're loaded up. Did I... Oh yeah, this is empty. Okay, let's let's put a backup on there. Let's use this as the backup. This is a ridiculous amount, by the way, but I always like to have this on a ship, because if you don't, then you lose that rocket, more or less. So just to be safe, I'll give up the storage spot. Sometimes I can move it around, but a lot of the time I like to take and put those extra ones of, you can kind of see over on this side here. I got quite a few of them. So I usually have backups and backups on other planets. We were going to take a look at I'm going to take a look at a couple of things here. One of those. Oops. Launch to another planet. Okay, so pressing the wrong button here. All right. Okay, we definitely did not want to go. We're currently around Mars, or at least the Mars simulant, and this is called Caldor. It's very similar. And again, this is another one that has certain resources that other ones don't have. The malachite and wolframite are resources that you refine into copper, and I think wolframite is... I forget what it is. Well, either way. They're just resources that you can't find on some of the other planets. And the same with each one of these. So this is Caldor. Like I said, it's the Mars planet. There's this Vincentia, which is... it's kind of a... It's a forest world. But... It has a couple of things that are really hard to come by, like lithium. It has a good amount of lithium, and you need that for batteries. This Novus is the moon of that planet, and Novus is like a dense forest. This one doesn't really have a lot of stuff that's hard to come by. It's just an interesting combination of things. This is Atrox. This is closest to the sun here. Much like, it's kind of like a conglomerate of Mercury and Venus. It's a hot, toxic world that is sun blasted, more or less. And then the other world out here. Okay, there's Sylvia. That's our world. And let's do this. Let's head back over here real quick. This is DeSolo. Okay, there's our home world, and this is DeSolo. This is the moon of our home world. And here we have one base. That is another thing they added in this year, is the auras, or the aurora thing here. All right, so this is the moon in this thing. Okay, here we go. These are some of the things that I was telling you find out in the wild. And so basically what I'd need to do here is you get these packagers and you stick it on there and then pack it up. These are the ones that are worth 20 points each. Okay, so that's one of the options. The other thing here is you can craft these packagers. So, you know, just finding them is like basically free. But you can craft them in your backpack using graphite, which this planet has kind of quite a bit of it on the surface. And some nice pockets of it down underneath the surface as well that you can get from here. There's other things that are kind of nice as far as going around here. The only thing about like searching for this stuff, if you're this, I would have this lower on the list of planets that you want to gather that stuff on, just because this is a pretty good planet, but unless you can get around, like having the combination of having a jetpack and the surfboard is really the main reason I'm even here, is because this planet is difficult to get around. You can fall into these like craters and you have to dig your way out basically, unless you have the jetpack. Or it's even worse sometimes when you have different cars or other vehicles. But man, the hoverboard and jetpack combo that's awesome. Okay, so really the only reason that I had kind of come to the moon was just, well, not only just to kind of set up a moon base like this right here. This is my moon base. And yeah, this has a really great view right here. And it'll take a minute to come up, and while it's doing that, I'm actually gonna real quick and grab something to drink and head to the bathroom real quick here. But yeah, check this out. This is really neat. Let me send John over to this. Yeah, this will happen in just a moment. Once again, thanks for joining me, and enjoy. Hey, being cool. Welcome to the stream. The crazy-eyed cat sees you. Thanks for joining me, man. And Merry Christmas. Or Happy Holidays. Whatever it is that you're celebrating. I'm celebrating video games and this moment right here. Man. It's so nice in this game. Actually seeing the other planets and stuff. And then, well, this one here. This particular one, I always like the moon. Because of this. This is so great watching this happen. Again, this is one of those games that you really get into and you're having a lot of fun and playing it, and then you stop for a second and look at what's happening. And it is just stunning sometimes. That is our homeworld. As a matter of fact, if I remember correctly, that mountain that you kind of see coming over the horizon, that is fairly close to where our base is. At some point, one of the things that I was toying with the idea of is just completely paving over an entire planet and dyeing it one color and seeing how that would work. But unfortunately, I don't have that kind of time. It would take a very long time to do. Let's turn around. Selfie time. Alright, where did I put that? Was it 4? Yeah, there it is. Alright. Gotta do the planetary flex, right? So there's Caldor, right up here on the top, heading on over. That's the Mars planet. And the great thing about it is that all of the timings and everything, it is totally a clockwork setup. And yeah, sometimes you can just make it like, if you know the planet's currently passing over, you can just kind of like pop there real quick. Unfortunately, they didn't get into some crazy level detail. Originally, there was little detail like that where, like, you had to have enough fuel. If you went to way over on the other side of the planet, it wouldn't, it would take more, or other side of the solar system, it would take more, so like closer the planet was. But it has changed quite a bit in the years. I remember originally when I ran this. There it is. That's what I wanted. Originally, when I first started playing this in 2016, it was in like almost an alpha state, and I came to the moon. That was my big goal, as I had made it to the moon. Excuse me. And early on, that was not easy to do. For example, I got to the moon and built a buggy, and then drove the buggy up the side of one of these craters real fast. And when I hit the top of the crater, it bumped, and the buggy went into orbit. They didn't have the gravity nailed down real well. And that was it. It was like every time I would load in on that save, that dude was just stuck, floating in between the two planets. So they had to fix that quite a bit. It was really tough, though, because like early on, too, is that like lower gravity planet, when you go to drive something on it, it would go real slow, and it had weird physics to it because, you know, low gravity. So as soon as you hit a bump, you would like leave the ground, and once you left the ground, it was all bets were off. If you bumped into something else, it would send you off in some weird direction, and it was kind of a nightmare. But they definitely ironed that out, and man, like I said, it is so nice. Okay, so for this, I'm going to show you how this works. This right here, this is actually a little steel mining, or I'm sorry, what is this cranking out? This is not steel, aluminum. That's right. This is aluminum. This is the raw aluminum here. And then what it does is these harvesters run, and the auto arm off the top here picks up stuff and puts it in here. And then these automatically, like when there's space here on the forge, it'll pop out one right into the space. So it just kind of automatically puts it through. Sometimes it gets stuck like this, and this accidentally here, the auto arm put that stuff somehow way the hell over here. So it kind of blocks it up. So what you have to do is you have to pull this off every now and then. Put it in there, that'll load it up. So you can kind of see how that's working. And this is just automatically doing that. These need to be reset, but I'm not going to worry about that for this. Just so you can see the basics of how that works. Because then I'll show you my mine that I have set up here on the moon. So yes, I had to dig this tunnel all the way down here using the large tunnel and paver. The tier 3 drill along with the paver mod goes on the thing. Okay, so that brings us to here. This is close to the core of the moon, and when you get close to the core of the moon, that's where you find the Astronium. That's that resource that we're using to craft the stuff for the high level items. So you can kind of see how that's set up. Get that set up there. But yeah, here, I'll show you how this actually, while I'm here, why not? This one started, because this one's actually making some useful stuff. Oh, you can see the big difference here in the gravity close to the core, which is sort of opposite of real, but again, you're in a game. Okay, so for this, what I have to do is, I've got 4 of them. I think this is 4 harvesters, the auto extractor harvesters. These are the high level blueprints. It takes a lot of resources to make these too. I have 4 of them here, and you can kind of see the power line that I got set up is going from over here, where I've got a bunch of the RTGs, which are like power generators. These are the high-level power generators. I have a ton of them here. I just have a stupid amount of them because because I brought them here. Why not? And that way I'm always sure that it has enough power, too, that it can just keep running until they run out. So for what I do here in this kind of a setup is that we'll take and unplug it. There we go. See, it goes off. And, yeah, it is reversed gravity. It's like, and there's a reason for this in the way that this solar system works. It's a little weird, but it's part of the story for this. And I don't know, it does make it kind of fun. I really do enjoy the low gravity effect. Okay, yeah, so let's get these reset, and you can see when I pick it up here, get this little, hard to see it, the little circle. There it is. Put the circle on the ground, and when you put it down, it'll set down that harvester. And see here, this green line, that shows me how dense that particular resource is. So kind of what happens here is that once it completely runs out, it just won't see it. But all you have to do is, like I showed you here, is pick up the harvester. Let's find one that I don't have. There we go, this one. And put it back down again. If you get them all right next to each other, which is what I'm trying to do here. They're all kind of on top of each other. Come on. This is so hard sometimes. A little bit more. Ah! There we go. Okay, that'll work. I'm not too far off. Alright, do I have this other one? There's one other one. Two other ones. No, just one. I'm missing this one. Okay, we'll pick that one up and put it back down. Pick it up. And... it's so tricky. I don't think that's anywhere close to where it needs to be. Okay, there it goes, there it goes, there it goes. Up, 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 up. Nope, nope. That'll work. Okay. As long as they're close. That's kind of the whole idea here. And see, I'm using another one of these auto arms that I showed you earlier, but in this case, I'm using it over here on top of this. Put that down there on top of this so that it picks it off of here. Close? I think that'll work. It'll pick them off of here and put them into this container, and this is a redundant container because it just basically is so that this arm can reach both here and here without a problem. Puts it into here, and then it spits it back out again and into this other container that is currently holding it. So, like I said, some of the little machine type things that I make don't always seem to make a lot of sense, but they work, which is all that counts. Oh, looks like this one didn't get reset. Reset that one. This is where it gets tricky. You only have a second. Oh. Okay, game. Here. It might work. Let's see, does it catch it? I think it's a little too far down. Alright, let's see if we can get a better landing spot for that. Oh, get off the board. That's causing the trouble. Okay, so as long as it's right about there. There it is. Okay, that'll work. There we go. So, like I said, it's just gonna, these are gonna automatically harvest. Again, this is totally the reason why I make sure there's way more power than it needs to be. And then it takes and puts it into there, and it goes from there, puts it into there. There we go. So that's that astronium. That's the hardest resource to basically get, and that's how I solved that problem early on. It's part of the reason that I have so much research points is because basically all I have to do is swing by the moon every so often and get that going. And once it's going, it's doing its thing. Let's see, how's this going? Yeah, it's still crafting aluminum for us. And I haven't even reset these. Let's reset these. Why not? You can see it again being done. This is a little bit easier to do this one because they're all kind of on a level spot on the ground. There we go. Yeah, there's only 3 of them there because I really don't need this much aluminum. It's just part of the OCD that is much of the Astroneer bases that I have set up. Okay, so good. So you see how that works, right? Okay, and like I said, we're kind of doing this backwards. I showed you how to complete the holiday cheer mission stuff. And then that's one way that you can do it. Obviously, I'm doing it the fastest way possible there by using those things. But you can also gather these, like I was showing you there before. Let's, I packed this one up, didn't I? There's the one I packed up. Here it is. Yeah. There you go. It's one of the automatons. Little soldier thing. We'll put that on the backpack. Let's grab this other one. See if we can find a different one. I think these are worth the same. We'll pack that up too. There we go. And then you'll find the different, like the higher level ones are on the harder worlds. Like the moon is, it's got some navigational issues, but it's not like outright dangerous to be running around on here. Okay, so good. That's the moon. For the next part of this, did I just? Let's go to the other location, the one that we did the stream earlier for the holiday cheer. We did a stream where we basically went through and completed this this thing. And once, like I said, once you complete it, you unlock those things for your account, which is why you can see me wearing the rewards right now. Okay, this is Glacio. Glacio is the ice world. And here is where we have kind of one of the main bases. This was like the first base that I, off-planet that I created. Because you can make steel here. And steel is key to all of this craziness you see going on. This is my steel refinery. Okay, same kind of deal here. In order to make steel, you use a chemistry lab, and you need iron and carbon, and then argon as the gas. Well, it just so happens that argon can be extracted from the atmosphere here, and that's this blue gas. Also, well, carbon can be made here, but I actually brought this carbon from my base on the home planet. It just makes it easier. I actually have a backup of it right here too, but pretty much you need the iron. So iron and carbon and the gas. All right, let's turn these off. That one's not even on. That one is... All right, let's pull this off. Let's turn that off. Oh, that's the problem. Steel container here is full. Did I have another one? I thought I had an empty... Oh, I did bring an empty one. That's what I brought this for. There we go. Okay, so... Empty container. Put 1, 2 in there and set it over there. Once you kind of put one in, then it'll always only pull that resource when it sees it. So in this case here, there's our carbon, there's our output, that's the end result. And then I also have this set up right here. Here's some iron and one of the gas containers. Put those onto a platform. Then I take and turn each one of these on. There we go. And it will just, since I've got it set to automatically do that, it will then empty out these containers using the carbon and the gas from this, and then go to here. This one here wasn't quite finished, but... Oh, I see what I was doing. Okay. Sometimes I'm not really sure what I'm doing until I actually look at it. There we go. Okay. So yeah, there we go. That's set up. And then, like I said, here, we'll take that back to the home world. And then here's the gas extractor. This has got a full one right here, so I pull that off. Set it over here, grab this one. It was just a little bit it was used up. Put it in there, and then put it on there, and that way this will just keep running. And put the completed ones on there. Put this right here, like that. And this one is not quite, not full. Do I have a, oh, I do have a way to do this. Okay. We'll have to kind of cheat here. We'll just use this. But this one's got iron in it, and this one's empty, so I'll put it, or not empty, but close to empty. Let's put it here, turn this on, and it will fill that up. So yeah, you can kind of see how this works, and this thing just cranks away, just doing its thing. Now, once we get this finished, I will show you where this is coming from, this iron. Yeah, boy, this is the cold world. You can just feel it. Like, they got the sound effect down. It really doesn't, like, make any difference to your actual Astroneer. They don't really feel cold. There we go. Okay. So you can stick this on here. Put this on the train. Again, I would only be able to carry one of those by hand. But here you can kind of see. Alright, put this over here. Look at this. Turn the music down, or the sound effect down a tiny bit. That's actually making me a little cold. Alright, so we got all of these full. That's all set. So when this finishes, we've got a backup set to go. I got that one completed. Let's go grab some more iron. So what I did was, the first part of the rails mission, in order to unlock all of the rail stuff, you actually have to come to this world. They give you this, like a thing that will, when you place it on this world, it will basically create this this train station, and then they give you a basic rail engine and the schematics for one cart. And so what you can do is you can put these rails down like this. Now, it's not quite as fast as like the riding the hoverboard, but you're able to carry 6 carloads worth. Alright, so that brings us out to here. This is where I built the rail line thing. And here's a setup that we're familiar with. This is what I showed you on the moon. Got a bunch of harvesters working here, an auto arm picking it up, dropping it into the large resource container, and then smelting furnace takes this resource. I think this is the wolframite, actually. Takes that resource and drops it into here, and then the smelting furnace then turns it into iron. And let's see. Let's do this. We'll take this off. Grab this. Put that on there, and let's output this. Okay, while that's taking and filling that up, that's going to take a minute, and I'll show you this over here. The exact same thing. The only thing is that this one is currently empty, so I'm going to just real quick pick this up, put it down. Now you can kind of see on the green line on the side there, this isn't a real dense amount of this resource. Kind of low. Which is why I have 2 of these farms out here right now. This took a lot. This was a lot of resources and a lot of crafting. Each one of these things takes up a bay in the large rocket, so 4 of them takes 2 trips out here to get it here. And obviously the return trip as well. There we go. Turn that on. There we go. It'll start harvesting. And basically this one here, I don't have the furnace on. I'm just having it collect these. There's that. Oh, it's the hematite. Hematite is, what, turns into iron. Okay. So we got that. Are we finished yet? About. Yeah, this is a really crazy fun world. The other thing that's really good about this world is it has titanite on it. And titanite is basically can be refined into titanium. And for things like engines and a higher level schematics all need titanite. Or there's another version of that you use where you craft it using the chemical station, which is the highest level, which is like a refined titanium and aluminum, I think, mixed together. All right, so that's empty. Here we go. Power back on, and then cut the power real quick. Oops. Remember, this one's a little trickier. If we can get a good angle on this to start. Yeah, there we go. And I turned it off because otherwise these things start moving, and when the plunger is down, it thinks you want to try to stick it on the side of it, so it becomes frustrating. And this game, man, there is no need to be frustrated. Okay, good. Those are all plugged in, ready to go. Plug it in, and yep, they're all working because they're all moving down at the same time. So we'll let that go. In the meantime, that'll, like I said, we can hang out here for a second and watch this. There it goes. Okay, so there goes over to there, into the furnace. Once it finishes in the furnace, you can kind of see the irons being built right there. I always kind of watch it too, just to make sure, because if I forget to turn this on so that it accepts new items, this just stops. And yeah, see, it's not set up quite right yet. So there we go. So there we go. Took one in. Now it'll always take iron. So each time these iron get finished, let me just double check it by watching it to make sure. The thing about the automated system sometimes is, there we go. Okay, that's good. That's working. Always good to check and make sure they're doing what you want them to do. Like you didn't forget something or something else. Okay, so there we go. Gathered up the iron. It's cool stuff. Like I said, it was fun building this all out here, and like I said, this is a couple of years of messing around with this planet. Now, obviously not everyday kind of thing. I think I only play the game maybe every so often. I'll jump in, play it for a little bit. When they put an update in, I'll add on to one of the bases by doing the update like this right here. Okay, in order to complete this little part of the mission on Glacio, you don't really have to create a huge system. But it does make it a little bit more fun to play around with. I suppose that is another thing that I could do. No, let's do something productive with this. This might be a little bit of a challenge. Beep. Okay. Grab some more hydrazine. This is the same fuel that you use for the rockets, but I'm going to put it on my backpack here so that it will, my jetpack here. Watch. We'll run it out. There it goes. Once it runs out, it automatically fills up. Or puts the other one in there, thankfully, because there we go. I want to go crashing into the ground. Alright, oh, you know what? I got the stuff here. Let's just do this. We'll create a little system, and I'll show you where we're headed. Alright, so one of the things I had mentioned was the idea that there's titanium on this particular ice world. And it just so happens that I have already drawn a line down here. That's great, because you can actually tell, like, when the angle gets down, it goes a little bit faster. There we go. Okay. So that green stuff that you see right there, that is titanium. That is a lot of titanium. Like more than you are ever going to need playing this game. Just so happened to run across it drilling this down here and basically built this little base. Oh, there's a problem there. What this does is the exact same thing that we've seen all the other harvesters do, but it's gathering this titanite and then refining it into titanium. Okay, and this is a full container, so we're going to need to get that out of here so that it can continue to collect more. Now, for this is really kind of the key of why I was going to do this stream, was to show everybody how this works. Because this is the new thing. This is the thing they added this year, which is the rail system. And so I'm going to put together a rail line to come out here, and it shouldn't take too long. Because I also wanted to show kind of like, it's really neat. Like, they did such a nice job. There's no real reason why they had to put this rails thing in here. It is just fun. It's just, that's all I'm going to say, is that they did a great job of finding something that was just, it's fun. I mean, it has a purpose, but it's a fun purpose. Okay, so for this, what we're going to do is I've got some of the parts built. I may need to build some more. It looks like I do. Did I put some on the train itself, maybe? No, that's empty. Must have used them all up. I probably did. Let's, we can craft a few more here. Because I think what it uses is steel, but I better double check that. Oh, here we go. Here's one. Oh, that's an oxygen tank. Never mind. Maybe over on the... No, there's one on the big vehicle. Now, like I said, I kind of built a lot of these on this planet. I had some fun playing around with the rail system. Oh yeah, actually, you know what? Let me show you how much fun I had with the rail system. This is great. Let's just take this... actually, you know what? Let's just pull this up a little bit. That'll work. Jump out. And, there we go. Disconnect this. Get over to here. Come on, let me turn it. There you go. Put it on here. And then, this is... To do the mission, you had to gather like certain resources, and they made it so that those resources would take up, you know, like you could hand bring them up, but it's going to take you like a whole ton of time to do that. So the idea is that they put these resources down on the planet, and then you would use the rail system to bring those up in mass to make it a little bit faster and learn and play around with how the rails work. So this is the line that I built for this, and this will give you an idea of how what you can kind of do with the rails. So obviously I kind of run the rail line down, which is what we'll be doing, is something similar, but then I kind of played around with it a little bit. And you can basically create like a roller coaster just to get you around. And you can see here it goes all the way around underneath here. Like I said, I did a lot with the rails on this planet. There we go, there's the end of this one. And we'll stop it right. Whoop. No, wait. Get back here. A little bit. There we go. Jump on out. Hey, there's a light. Also to kind of show you these little rail stations, they actually are... There we go. So you can put lights. You can put other items. They're powered by the entire system. You can kind of see how that works. And then this is a junction. And the way the junctions work, you can cycle the direction that the line's going in. So you hit it once and it turns it to here. Hit it again and it turns it to there. And then the third time runs it like that. I'll set it up here, and once I got that set, jump on back into my engine. And we'll take the engine down this line. There we go. There's the end of the line there. So you can kind of see where you use this to, obviously, I can come down here and pick up all this scrap. There's a ton of it down here. Probably be more than enough to do at least a couple of the things. There's another line right there. This one's kind of a fun one there. Goes around in that circle. There we go. So you can kind of see how that works. There's your Christmas train. This is a lot of fun playing around with this. Okay, so what I wanted to do here is I'm going to take a moment, get it set up, and you know what? I think I'm going to we'll take a little break here. Yeah, this is a good time. We'll take a little break here and continue on with some more of the Astroneer part of today's Christmas variety show here. Thanks again for joining me, everybody. I really appreciate you guys being here and hanging on out, or catching the VODs in the future. I'm trying to do this one where I'm breaking them up. So like the No Man's Sky stream is its own separate VOD. If you want to check out the beginning of the show, you can go over and just check that out right here on my Twitch channel. And then what I'll do on this break is I'm actually going to take and start uploading this one to or not this one, but the previous one that I did to the YouTube channel, because I wanted to see if I could actually do this. Part of the thing here is to kind of test out a couple of things, because I figured it wasn't going to be a big crowd. Okay, so let me see. Go to my thing here and make sure I get this right. And you know what? While it's doing that, let me entertain you with this. There we go. once again, some fun Christmas stuff, man. I was really happy with that, and I'll put it up here in chat along with some of the other stuff that I put up. This is music from a streaming service that I found started on the other channel, the Cap Adamos channel that I did for the first year that I was doing streaming, and I found this streaming service called Epidemic Sound, which basically their big sell was that they're DMCA safe music for streamers. And boy, I have been like I said, it's always interesting to find stuff that is kind of like, okay, this is not bad. Make some really good background music, and found a lot of really good tracks and stuff for this that I use in a lot of the things. But the holiday stuff, not too bad. There was okay, I will say there was an unreasonably large amount of trap music. That was all a lot of it was, which is fine. But I can only take that's for that the beat thing on that for so long, and then it's kind of like, all right. Especially for the Christmas music, I wanted to do stuff more like this. Sort of. Odie. And then, of course, the traditional Christmas stuff, too. Okay, so we've got a little bit more here to go in the Astroneer, the planned Astroneer stream for this. And my goal here is to continue after we finish up this. I've got another really fun game that we're going to take a look at. So what we'll do is we'll do a little bit more here, and then just like we did before, we're going to stop the stream and start it back up again. And part of the reason that I'm doing this is because I wanted to test out how well this worked. And by this, what I'm talking about is while I was taking the break there, I did my updates of the things that I usually do when we publish something. In this case, the video for the Twitch stream from earlier, for the beginning of the variety show, should be posted there now in my video section, along with, if you go on over to my YouTube, you can find that it'll be there probably in, I'm guessing, about a half hour. And that's mainly because I'm obviously using quite a bit of the down and upload speed, but I also wanted to kind of test it to see if it interferes with the gameplay at all. And this is a pretty good game to do that. It's not a ridiculously tough one as far as the computer load is concerned. So yeah, I just posted there in chat the YouTube channel, which we now have youtube.com/@AdamosCLU. Basically, exact same thing that you do here on Twitch. And you'll be able to find not only like I said, the video from earlier today, but also these will stay up here, as opposed to Twitch, where in about 7 days this will all be gone. So I was going to try this, and then that way it'll, instead of having to try to poke through 10-hour video, it'll be broken up into a little bit smaller, maybe a little more easy to play around with and take a look at. All right. So for this next part here of the Astroneer stuff, what I wanted to do is show you how working with the rail line stuff works. You get that a nice wind effect. Okay, so for this, you need two things. There's these junction bundles and there's rail post bundles. All right, and I think let me check. Can I wonder if I can actually craft those here? I may have to actually go back to the other planet. I think I took the equipment off of the planet when I finished it and took it to Mars. I'm gonna go with Mars. It might be there. Let's see. We've got these two packages that we could send back, but let's hold off on that. Check on our backpack here, but I'm pretty sure those kits are, you need a crafting station for it. Hydrazine, jetpack, hoverboard, dynamite, fireworks, floodlight, glow sticks, holographic figurine, weapon horn, leveling block, no, tethers, no. Yeah, pretty sure that's how that works. Okay. Well, shoot. I'll only take a second. Plus we gotta take the steel back, so let's just do that. So this does not take long to do, which is another reason that I kind of wanted to show you this, so you can kind of see how, I mean, putting down a rail system is, you know, I kind of thought when they originally mentioned it, I was like, oh god, that's going to be big project type stuff. And they made it really, really nice. It's very easy to kind of work with and not too much of a problem. All right. Okay, so we're back here. Let's see. I guess I did take those off. Oh, well. All right. Pretty sure it's on here. What do I need to craft these? I don't remember it being particularly difficult. So these are all of the schematics I have unlocked. Seems like it should be kind of close to around here. There it is. Rail post bundle. There's that one and the junction one. I think we got enough junctions. We only need one, really. Aluminum and resin. Just like that. That is more than likely why I'm harvesting aluminum on the moon. Doo-doo. Aluminum, where are you? There it is. Aluminum and resin, right? Oh, hey. No. No. Settle down. There we go. Nope. Nope. There we go. Work with me, game. Alright. There we go. Okay, aluminum and resin. Those are the two things we need. Let's turn those on. There it goes. There's one. There we go. Okay, there's the resin. Let's, make 3 of these. I forget how many's in there. I think it's like 5, maybe 10. It'll be more than enough. Okay, good enough. Turn this off. Oh, looks like everything here was using resin to craft. I'll just leave that there. Get that cleaned up. The aluminum back. Okay, good. We'll take these and throw these onto. Yep, I got 3 spaces and 2, 3. Alright, that's good. Over here. Let's get this steel. Get over here. This is kind of my mass storage area over on this side. And I've already got a container of steel. How far ahead I am on that. I could turn that. Obviously, you could just stop producing steel. Where's the fun in that? Alright, good. So we got that. We got our items that we need. Let's make sure that we got enough fuel. Oops. I have to put it on these. That way I can kind of see it. Yeah. Real difficult on the ground. Oops. Okay. It's empty. I think that one's... Yeah. Grab this one. A little bit used up in this one. Empty one off, put this one here, put this here. And then fill up one more. Down here. Good to go. Put that away. And this used one. Stick that right there for now. Alright, let's make sure we put the rocket back on, or the engines back onto the rocket, so when we go to leave, we can leave. Back over here. Good. We'll pick up some pet food. Because you're hungry. And see the circle there's black. Once you put it in there, it turns blue and then starts the countdown timer. It can be a little tricky sometimes to get them where you want them to go. There we go. Okay, so not only are they full, they'll run their full time, but we have a full backup on them too. Alright, and that should be all we need for this last part. Launch! I do love this. You can see the whole base there. From space. Alright, where are you? Glacio. Way over on the other side here. There it is. Going on in. Alright. I have to wait until it comes around. There it is. Oh, over there. Oh no, this isn't it. This is not it. Oh, hey. This is another one of the things they added in. Put in these locations that you can land at and do a lot of salvage. But they also added this neat little vehicle there. You find it at random spots and different world maps. Just so happen to be sitting right there. We're going to pick that up because we're going to have some fun with that. We're going to launch again. Hopefully this time find the right base. And just keep orbiting here. I don't remember, it was like closer to the orbit that we're in. Yeah, there we go. That green marker right there, that's where the where that titanium was. I put the marker right next to the titanium, but it's underground, so it'll chew up through the ground like that. Good. Okay, so we got that. So the next thing that we're going to do here is we're going to go back here real quick and grab one of these. This is the junctions. You'll recognize it when you see it here because we've already kind of messed around with this. So we take it out, and then when you use it, it will take one of them out. There's the junction. I may have to build a little bit out from that, but that's all I need is the one. Don't need any more. Just headed to one spot. Alright, and then these are the rails. These are the ones that I actually went back and crafted on the other planet. There we go, there's a rail. So we can take and pull that. Let's actually get it away from the other ones here. It's not gonna work. Whatever. Let's let it fall down. Because what we need to do is figure out where I can put this junction. Here. Let me put it there. I think it has to have like an open rail line. Let's do this. Down there. Oop. Let's have some fun with this actually. Let's put it right here. And then we'll take this. Oh. Hello. Put that right there. And And I think I might have to put another one down. Let's put another one down just in case. Okay, there we go. Have that. I'll just put that in as a support. And then I think we can we put it in here? Let me do that. There we go. There? Nope. Got another rail post. That down there. There we go. Kind of a roundabout way to do it, but it works. Okay. That is probably the hardest part of what we gotta do. After that, we're cranking out a couple of these. There's one. Two. Another one. I'll leave this one. This one up a bit over here. And you can kind of see that when it's red, it's not going to connect. But when it's blue, that's it's getting close to being too far. And when it's white, it'll be no problem. There we go. You can kind of judge your distances by trying to make it, you know, go out as far as the blue can go with it. Yeah, it must be 10. Looks like it's 10 per package. Okay. It kind of turning blue there. There we go. And see, it'll mess with the terrain. It'll kind of plow out spots in the terrain if it needs to. There you go. Get cluttered as you get further down. So I always kind of try to a little bit easier getting objects all over the place. There we go. Alright, there's the last one. Oh. Hey. Got a DM there from Neef. Hey, Neef. Merry Christmas, man. You're doing well, sir. Alright, good. So we got that. And then from here... this is where it gets tricky when you're on these inclines. Because that's going to want to roll downhill. Let's see, do we have a good spot that we can kind of work from? It's not too bad. That'll work. Alright. Put this over here. Like that. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. It's a little hard to see because you can't scroll quite right. We'll work with it. Go. That should be long enough that when I grab this one... There we go. There's our blue right there. Oddly enough, this is one of the items that you need to collect in order to do the unlocking the rail mission on your save. That's the whole kind of point to this. Why they give it to you on this planet. Alright, so let's run this down. Right there. Right there. Might be a little tricky. Let's do this. This is also kind of neat. When you build these little rail stations here, every one of them, if you hover over it, you can call for the nearest car. And so that rail car that I have is now on its way here. Oh, recall obstructed. Should be on its way here. Come on, train. Must be something on the way over there. Come on. There it is. Oh, no. There it is. But yeah, I've been wanting to kind of put this rail line in here for a while because the titanium is used for one of the other kind of harder to come by things to craft. You have to make a titanium and aluminum alloy for that's for like I believe for the big rockets and the big transports. And one day I plan on having bases, a little smaller version, but very similar to the Forrestal base on the main world. A couple of rockets, you know, that kind of thing. Again, it's a sandbox, so there's no, at this point, I think I've completed just about everything. This one, I think this one does have the completed story part on it. One of my saves does not. There we go. Alright, and where is it? There's the others. Will work. Kind of go that. Like that. Oh, quick. Okay. This is the problem. They do want to roll off of the thing, and it's always a pain to chase that stuff down. Hello, Mr. Phone. Here. A bit further over. That'll work. Gonna be a tough turn. But okay. I can adjust this a little bit over here. There we go. There we go. Ooh, make it kind of a weird, be kind of a fun. There we go. That's what I want. That work? I don't want it to destroy any of this. That's kind of the thing here. So let's make sure it goes over this way then. There we go. There we go. There we go. Oh, hey. That should be long enough. All right. Done on the jetpack. Up. And overboard our way out. I'm not gonna mess with it. I'm gonna do some adjusting on it. Let's see, where's it getting stuck? Good. So yeah, you can see there, what, 10 minutes it took me to run this line? I mean, obviously there's quite a bit more time ahead of that it took to dig the hole all the way down there and everything else. Aha, here's where the problem is. Need to turn that. There we go. We can turn that, and then, like I said, grab the train. And, oh, we need to, whoop. Need to plug the, where did the train go? There it is. There, okay. Connect the train up to this. Jump on in. Drive it back like this far. Good. This is what? This is the one that we put the iron in, so let's get this out of here. Let's see, is this finished? Yeah, see, this is finished. So we'll turn off the carbon and the gas. Pull this off, put this on. Turn the gas on, turn all of the irons on, and the carbon. And that'll keep going. Cool, that's all set. Let's get this out of here and set it here for now. Move these up to here so that we can have those filling up. Whoops. I don't want you to get in there. I want you to turn these on. Oh, there it is. There, okay. While those are filling up, let's get this empty one over to here. Put that on there. Sounds like we kind of need some fuel. Are we low? Oh yeah. A little flashing light and all that. That's good. We had just enough fuel and just enough of the rail parts completed. Sweet. And it looks like we're good on pet food too. Used up quite a bit of the gas, so let's get that swapped out here. Good. And put this on here so it starts refilling. Boom. Those will keep doing their automated thing. I guess we don't really need to sit around for that to finish up. That'll take another minute. Let's jump on the train and let's try our... Oh, no, we need to go over here. Make sure that's... Okay, good. That is set so that it goes out there. This one needs to be switched. There we go. And we don't have to do this, but why not? Oh, actually, you know what? Let's leave it like this. It'll take us right down there. I just basically have to hit my backup key and let it go. Woo-woo! Christmas train. So yeah, it's really nice, and you know, it's not imperative, I guess, to use the train stuff, but it is going to be kind of fun to, you know, put lines in like this. And I do this underground stuff because most of the harvesting and whatnot goes on here. This should be a fun turn. Bird. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, so let's pop on out of there. And this will be tricky because it'll want to dump off this right here. So let's turn that off. Let's take this off so it's not working. And put the full one here and the empty one here. Now when we put this back on, and then turn this on, it will empty out this titanium that's sitting here, and these can start forging again. Done. And that's it. There's actually a research item over here. There we go. Again, this is, you know, can't carry it. You can carry one of those back home, but here, it just happened to be here, and I've got an open spot. Head back to the surface. Woo woo! Christmas train coming through. Don't forget to hydrate, folks. Some water. Good water. Okay, well, that's doing that. Let me check on something else here real quick. Excellent. That's a good sign. Oh, wait, no, nope, stop. There we go. Go too far. There we go. Hey. Okay, just get out. Just there. This is the problem. There is no brake. It's like you're moving forward or you're moving backwards. You have to kind of hit the back and let it slow down and then jump out. There we go. Alright, so good. This is completed and ready to go back to the home world. These are completed and ready to be set back up for the next round of steel. There we go. There's the iron for that steel. There's the titanium, and it is going to keep going. So, yeah, in the time that we've been playing today, we've created 122 units of steel without doing other thing than that little bit of stuff there at the beginning of the stream. There's our research item. We'll take and put that back there. Usually, this is a high-level planet, so that'll probably be worth some pretty good research points. Oh, and I did also want to kind of show you this, and I wanted to try it here. This is the vehicle that are now you can find randomly on the maps. It's not fast. It's not anything other than just kind of a fun little thing to play around with, drive around. Thought this would be a fun planet for it. Also, definitely want to try out Mars at some point. But it would also be fun to get 4 of these together and 3 of your friends to come join you on a map. Create a giant planetary pinball table. Or something along those lines. It's just neat. And like I said, again, much like the train, is like, okay, how necessary is that? And then you start rolling around, and it's like, okay, this is down. I get it. This is a lot of fun. Okay, so that completes that. We've got a new rail line put in, our Christmas rail line. We've got not only a full container of titanium, but both of the factories are working here on this planet. And we're going to just jump on in and launch. Just to get away from that howling wind. Oh, God. Sorry to all of you that have been experiencing an extremely cold couple of days. That probably was a bit terror-inducing. It definitely was for me. And man, there were just some nights that it was howling. I don't remember it ever quite that bad. Like the Christmas storm. Okay, here comes the base. Let's go ahead and land. And there we go. Successful mission. Let's take the titanium. Actually, I think that's what I was working on over here, if I remember correctly. That's what this thing was supposed to be doing. Is creating, let's see, what does the chemistry lab say? Yeah, titanium alloy. Oh, it's graphene. Yeah, graphene is graphite and carbon combined. And then titanium is this, yeah, the titanium. And then also you need nitrogen, which is this gas right here. And the auto arm has gone completely crazy. I think I can just flip it around if I remember correctly. Ugh, now becoming a problem. Turn that on. Let's vacuuming these up. Now see, you can't reach over there to get those. Ah, there's another nitrogen tank here. There we go. There. Okay. Like I said, I can't reach that, but if I take this and rotate it around, there we go. It'll pick up these ones that it left behind. The auto arm works in one direction, and that's it. Apparently it's not going to get all of them. There we go. Alright, put those back. That's all finished. Take this and put it. It's facing the right direction. You can turn these on. Oh, no, stop. There we go. Okay. There, we got it turned off. That's good. Yeah, so all I need is, I've got graphene around here probably somewhere, but I'm not going to mess with that. That will eventually create our titanium alloy. Now let's do our last thing here. Our little Christmas gift. These are research containers. And you basically put it in here. These are all research machines. Each one of them can be used to research a different item. This particular one is worth 800, almost 900 bytes. Which some of the higher level things take like a 1,500 to 1,000. So, like I said, that's a pretty good one. Of the ones that are on this planet, I think are worth about 20 to 30 or something like that. Maybe 100 if you find a really rare one. But that takes us to, there we go, the completion of our Project Cheer stream. Now, a couple of things I noticed here doing this last time. When I do shut this down, I'm shutting it down for only a couple of seconds, and then it'll pop back on again. You should get a black screen. You'll get the offline screen for a couple of seconds, and then you'll get the black screen. The black screen means that the new stream has started, and you may need to refresh, because I had noticed that refreshing was definitely helpful. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a break here, and we'll come back and continue on with some more of the harmless content. HC. Yeah, there we go. We'll continue on with some more of the HC Christmas stream. Yeah, love that. You out of here. What else did I put in there? There it is. Goodbye. Thanks again. It was a lot of fun hanging out with you, little guy. And we will, like I said, we'll be continuing on here. Once again, thanks everybody for coming and joining me. I hope you guys are having fun today. Like I said, it's just the whole idea here is just a chill stream. We did a No Man's Sky stream to start things off. You can catch the VOD for that. I believe it should be. I'm going to check this on the break. It should be uploaded now to my YouTube channel as well. Let me put up some base info for you there. That's got the YouTube channel in it, along with the Twitter. If you're looking for up-to-date information, you'll find that there as well. And then I do a radio show on trekradio.net. You get the link for the radio player right up there. But you can also find that at... Oh, here. Let's just use this one. There we go. Trekradio.net, there will be in that link. That is for what is planned after this. We finish up here with the variety stream. At 10 p.m. EST, I'll be doing a radio show called Christmas at Green Acres. It is traditional Christmas music in the Christmassy Christmas sort of fashion. It's basically my parents' audio files that they had for Christmas, and believe me, basically Thanksgiving night, until the point at which we were all very, very, very tired of Christmas music. But there is a certain thing about this particular music and Christmas night that I myself will always remember, and I want to share that with you, and we'll do that at 10 p.m. over on trekradio.net. In the meantime, we've got more to come. Coming on up here, we'll have some fun. And hopefully show you something you haven't seen in a while. Go hang out with an old friend that we haven't seen. But in the meantime, like I said, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to check out a few things, and then I'll end, and then we'll restart the stream again, like I said. We'll probably play... Let's do one more song after this. And then we'll end the stream and start over again 2 or 3 seconds afterwards. I've kind of got it set up to do this. There we go. Cool. Step 1. So once again, man, thanks everybody for coming and hanging out this whole year on my channel. The streaming stuff is fairly new for me. I've been working at it a couple of years now. And it's been a lot of fun. And this year was definitely a year where it was kind of like, oh, cool. I'm having a lot of fun with this. And I found out you guys were too. So this is kind of the Christmas gift for you here. We're just doing these 2 hours, 2.5 hour streams of a couple of my favorite games from this year. And we'll get back to that in just a moment. But first, let's listen to a couple of tunes. After this one's finished, like I said, the stream will end, but fear not, stick around. It'll start back up again in probably about 10 or 15 seconds, so that I can put a break in there and have a video of each one of these different games as we play them throughout the day. Once again, thanks. My name is Adamos, by the way. I really appreciate you guys coming and hanging out, and I hope you guys are having a Merry Christmas, and I hope you have a really good and very happy New Year coming up in 2023. In the meantime, enjoy the music. We'll be right back.